Hello, explorers. It's Miss Brandy. I'm here today to talk about the differences and the likenesses between the Apollo 13 journey and the Lewis and Clark expedition. When I was doing my research, the information that I'm about to share with you today came from John Logan Allen. Dr. Allen is the chair of geography from the University of Wyoming. He, along with PBS, put together a movie called Lewis and Clark Journey of the Core of Discovery. And when he was putting together this movie, he did an interview that likened the Apollo 13 experience to the Lewis and Clark experience. Let's look at what he said. He began by saying that both of these experiences began with explorers. And these explorers were brave men, and in some cases women, because we had Sacagawea going along with them. These were brave men and women who were going into an area that was practically unknown. Now, they did have mission control, and the mission control was very different in some ways, but was similar to both of them because mission control was the nerve center of where the information came out of and where everything began. So if you look at this and we talk about the Apollo 13, we have Houston. And you may have heard the saying before, Houston, we have a problem. Houston was the mission control center for Apollo 13. And if we look at the Lewis and Clark mission, we had Jefferson. With some help from scientists, Jefferson was the person who sent Lewis and Clark out on this mission, and they were in communication with him. But I have to say the communication was very low tech when it had to do with Lewis and Clark, because they really didn't have a means for communicating with Jefferson other than through the letters, the postcards, and the information that they sent to him. But if you look over here at Houston, theirs was very high-tech because they were in constant communication until the communication systems broke down. But they were in constant communication with Houston, with the Mission Control Center, on every aspect of the adventure. Now, when we talk about the adventure, we can talk about where the adventure took place. So if we look at Apollo 13, these people were traveling to the moon, and this is really far away. So they were traveling very long distances, and the people that were working over here on the Lewis and Clark expedition, they were going west, and their job was to explore the 49th parallel of the United States. So although they were close to home, they might as well have been millions of miles away because no one had ever explored this territory before. They didn't have maps, they didn't know what to expect. It was all new to them. If we look at these journeys, there are a lot of things about these journeys that are similar. Just the whole idea of having explorers that are going on a journey, very brave men and women going to places that are unknown. But when we look at each individual journey, Lewis and Clark really didn't have anybody to rely on except one another. Where the people in the Apollo 13 mission at least were getting advice and support from people in Houston, people at Mission Control. This is an interesting way to look at the Apollo 13 journey in comparison to the Lewis and Clark journey. I'm excited about the journey that we're going to take as we move forward on our expedition of Lewis and Clark. If you need more information or would like to link to the audio interview that I mentioned earlier, you can do that at www.giftedresources.com. Have a great day and bye for now.